stands guard when a billion Indians dream? When India sleeps, who stays awake? In times of crisis, who holds your hand? The Indian Army, in service of the nation. Since time immemorial, the Indian soldier has been a symbol of honor, courage, valor and sacrifice. 100 years ago, 1.3 million brave sons volunteered to fight in the blood-soaked battlefields of the First World War and served with distinction. They fought for Naam, Namak and Nishan in distant lands, and their epic tales are remembered across the world. To bring alive their tales of valor, a grand exhibition was held at the Manekshaw Center. When the Second World War engulfed the world, Indian soldiers were called upon yet again to fight in service of liberty and democracy across the world. Our heroes liberated nations in Africa, Europe and Southeast Asia and fought legendary battles to protect the motherland. When India was herself liberated from the British Raj, our soldiers were immediately called upon to defend the nation. In 1947, Pakistani tribal raiders sought to wreak havoc and annex Kashmir. Our heroes performed inspirational acts of bravery and became immortal legends who continue to inspire the nation. Our motherland faced her greatest challenge in 1962, when the enemy outnumbered us by hundreds at heights above 14,000 feet. But our heroes stood their ground and fought for the honor of our nation. Their immortal sacrifices strengthened our resolve and brought the nation together. The entire country would rise as one again to support our soldiers in 1965. 50 years ago, Pakistan once again tried to wrest Kashmir by force. Our soldiers gave the enemy a fitting reply. India paid tribute to our heroes in Shauryanjali, a unique exhibition to pay homage to the courage and valor of India's brave, who gave their lives in service of the nation. Soon after, in 1971, Indian soldiers attained an overwhelming victory when they liberated Bangladesh from the clutches of tyranny. It was for the first time in modern history that a new nation was born militarily. Their heroic deeds have been etched into the annals of history as they fought in service of the nation for the principles of humanity and brought freedom to our oppressed neighbor. In 1984, our fearless sons scaled even greater heights. In a daring act in unimaginable terrain, a handful of soldiers captured the highest battlefield on earth. The Siachen Glacier is the crown atop the roof of the world, and our heroes gave their blood for it. War would return at the cusp of the new millennium, and it would define a 21st century India. Young, patriotic and adventurous, The fearless sons of India proudly held on to every inch of our land in the 1999 Kargil War. Not only did we attain a resounding victory, the men who did us proud became household names and inspired an entire generation of young soldiers. Today, our soldiers face a different world with different challenges. A world where they fight a faceless enemy in a war that has brought itself to city streets. As the global scourge of terrorism spreads like wildfire across the world, India's soldiers fight hard to keep the nation safe so that we can follow our dreams and live a life free from fear. In this dangerous fight with a devious enemy, many heroes of the Indian Army unflinchingly laid down their lives for the motherland, and their tales of unparalleled courage abound from every corner of the nation. Our nation comes first every time, but our soldiers have also made the nation proud by serving in faraway lands as UN peacekeepers, bringing succor and peace to 7 different conflict-ridden nations across the world. Indian soldiers participated in joint exercises with China, America, Russia, France, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and the Maldives, so as to promote regional stability and jointly combat terror on a global scale. This unconquerable spirit of every soldier of the Indian Army does not come easy. Our soldiers must push their minds and bodies to the optimum level of physical and mental fitness. Every soldier knows that they must train hard for the rest of their life and continuously hone their soldierly skills to be physically and mentally fit to face any challenge. Service of the nation means far more to the Indian soldier than just security. When floods struck Uttarakhand in 2013 and Jammu and Kashmir in 2014, the brave men and women of the Indian Army willingly fought the forces of Mother Nature to provide humanitarian aid and disaster relief. The Indian Army proved once more that they were the fastest responders in any calamity when unprecedented rains threatened to sink Chennai. Their heroism shall live on forever in the hearts of the people of Chennai. When the devastating Nepal earthquake struck in all her fury, our soldiers rose in service of our neighbor in her time of need. Task forces of our heroes undertook a massive relief operation to save lives and rebuild the ravaged Himalayan nation. Healthcare camps across the country in areas where these facilities are difficult to come by. The Indian soldier has always held the Indian way of life as sacred. And this year, our soldiers also joined fellow Indians to take the message of yoga to the entire world. These olive green guardians of India are not ordinary men and women. Their undying love for their country runs in their veins. They snatch victory from the jaws of death, even at the cost of their own lives, and defend every inch of their motherland with the last drop of their blood. Their tales of courage, valor, and sacrifice form the strong foundation of our great nation, giving flight to 1 billion dreams, so that we can take pride of place amongst the nations of the world and can proudly proclaim that we are Indian.